Yo guys, it's Brit coming to you live from my room in New York. It's kind of messy right now, but I'm leaving tomorrow, so I'm just like, fuck it. I won't clean. I'll just pack it all up and put it in the little suitcase. And yeah, I'm just really excited to talk with you guys. I feel like I haven't been on here live for a while since my trip, and this trip has been such a freaking soul activation. I just feel so much more of who I am thanks to Katrina Ruth and her 2-day mastermind event. Holy shit. And also just from being in this city, I love New York. I love New York. I'll show you guys out my window. So I want to talk about being more joyful than anyone you know, okay? And not that it's a competition, right? Like, I mean, the way that I worded that, it's like, be more joyful than anyone you know, like as if like you can win a prize for it or something. But it's not about, it's not a competition. But if you practice what I teach, and if you commit to your joy and to living your joy of living, you will start to notice that you just naturally are more joyful than anyone that you know. And this is only for a certain type of person who you already know that you are like that. Like, while everybody else is freaking out about their shit or whatever, right? And getting so fucked up in their head about all these little things, you never were like that, right? Like, you always looked on the bright side. You always were focused on joy and like lightness, and you always had a way of seeing the world that was just different than anybody else. And now you find yourself in groups of people and you're just the most joyful person because you're not bound by all the negativity and bullshit that most people are bound by. And I know that if you're watching this video and if you resonate with my message, you are one of these natural, joyful, creative beings. Am I right? Give me some hearts if you relate to that, if you feel like you are just a naturally joyful person. And also, maybe you have inhibited your joy a little bit because other people around you are less joyful and you didn't want to make them feel bad, right? You're surrounded by these serious people who have all these problems, and then so you kind of tone it down because you're the kind of person, am I right, that you would like to be, enjoying life and eating nice food and shopping and having sex and just laughing and being lighthearted about things, but you found yourself around people that are just so fucking serious and not on your vibe at all. So you've kind of toned down your joy, and maybe even in some cases you feel like, oh, maybe I'm just too much, or maybe I'm too childish, or maybe I'm not even a real person because everybody else seems to have all these fucking issues that I just don't relate to. Here's the thing, if you feel like this, hey Natalie, hey babe, hey Kirsten, love you ladies, hi Jonathan. Say hi to me, you guys, if you're on here, and also say hi if you're watching on the replay. Maybe comment #replay. So what I'm talking about if you are just naturally this kind of joyful person, and this isn't everybody. Like, I look around and I see a lot of people and I'm like, okay, you just aren't on this vibe of joy that I'm on. Yeah, exactly, Natalie. Even in what would be considered my problem times, there's joy. Yeah, and I just feel like there are a certain type of people or a certain type of person that is just naturally attuned to the frequency of joy, right? And our purpose for this lifetime is to radiate this joy, and it actually heals the planet. But a lot of times we tone it down because we feel like we're too joyful, or maybe we're too lighthearted. Maybe people don't take us fucking seriously because we're laughing and having fun all the time, right? So we learn to like tone this down. But I'm here to tell you that you never have to tone down any part of who you are, right? And if you're a naturally joyful person, or if you naturally see the good in people, or you naturally just have fun and enjoy your life all the time, that is exactly who you're meant to be, right? And you're a joyful creator like me. So how to become that, right? If you already know that you are this type of person naturally, the only thing that you have to do to become this is to follow your soul impulses, because your soul is already naturally like this, right? And there's more of you than you actually would even know that are naturally attuned to this frequency of joy. I said naturally too many times in that sentence. But there's a lot of people out there who I feel like are this type of joyful person, but they've just inhibited it by not allowing themselves to be themselves, okay? So joy comes from seeing the good in people and situations and seeing the good in yourself, but also from allowing yourself to follow through on your soul impulses. So this is where joy comes from. So if you get an impulse to do something or talk to someone or sign up for something and then you do it, you get a feeling of joy from that because you were following that soul impulse, right? But if you've been trained your whole life that your soul impulses are bad or wrong, or maybe you're too much, or maybe you're just too happy and you should just fucking like go read a book or something and be more serious, you're gonna block the joy, right? And I did this for a long time. I felt like I had to put on a different face to be around other people, or I had to definitely not share what I actually thought about things because I was just way too freaking lighthearted and hilarious about most things that people were, more serious about. But really what it was is that I'm so naturally attuned to this frequency of joy. And if you're resonating with this, I'm sure you are too. And here's the thing, you're not always going to have words to even express what the joy is. Like right now, even talking on this video, I feel like this is making no fucking sense at all. But my energy is joyful, right? And you're going to feel that. And that's the thing with being a joyful person, is joy is an energy that comes from the heart, it comes from the soul, and it just radiates out and it touches everybody that you come in contact with, right? You don't even have to say anything. If you're a joyful person and you walk down the road, people are going to smile at you. Like this happens to me all the time. People smile at me, people do nice things for me all the time, and it's because I'm so naturally attuned to this frequency of joy. It's like I don't even have to say anything. You just feel that. You get that soul resonance, right? So anyways, you guys, if you're resonating with this, if you feel like you are one of the joyful people too, give me some comments. Comment the sun emoji. That's my favorite emoji. You don't have to do that though, but it was a nice idea. So yeah, I'm in New York right now. This is my last night in New York. I've got this beautiful king bed, this beautiful room. It's got like really high ceilings. I fucking love it here. I'm at the W Hotel in Union Square, New York. I'm here because that's where the Katrina Ruth event was. And now I'm going to go out and I'm going to have dinner and take myself out on the town. This is my last night in New York. I don't even know what I'll do. I might just go to bed early, or I might do some crazy stuff. I mean, who freaking knows, right? I like to just do that. And that's what I did today too. I just kind of was following my soul around New York, and I woke up late and I was like, what should I even do today? I mean, I'm in New York, but what do I even want to do, right? And then my soul was like, go to Wall Street. And I'm like, okay, and it was about an hour walk. So I walked all the way over to Wall Street. Yes, Natalie, thank you. She did the sun emoji like I asked. See, someone was listening. And Natalie's one of my VIP babes as well, which I do want to mention to you guys that I have just reopened the Joy of Living VIP membership group. This is a $69 a month membership group where I do once a month. I do a live training. I do hypnosis in there. There's already a hypnosis for past life regression in there, and there's some really cool trainings that will help you live a more joyful life. So you can message me right now if you're feeling called to be in this group. I'm only going to have the doors open for a short time, so if you've been called to have more joy in your life, and also I talk about astrology a lot in there too, because some of you might not know I'm an astrologer as well. So it's just basically a joyful community where we have lots of fun, and you can get coaching advice from me in the group as well. It's a super high vibe space, so the doors are open for that right now as well. So you can message me for more info and for the link to, sign up for that, get that shit on your PayPal or credit card. Thank you, Paul. Paul did the sun too. I love it. Yellow's my favorite color, if you guys didn't know that already. Yellow's my favorite color. So anyways, yeah, message me about the Joy of Living VIP group. It is open right now. I've reopened the doors, and it's a fucking awesome, fun group. Natalie's in it, and a bunch of other really cool, awesome people are in it. But yeah, what was I talking about? Okay, yeah, so today, I just allowed my soul to guide me all day, and this is what I do all the time, you guys. So I woke up, I'm in New York. I had no plans. I made 0 plans for this whole trip, you guys, except for the Katrina Ruth Mastermind. I had nothing else planned. And I just woke up and my soul was like, go to Wall Street. And I'm like, okay. And then I wanted to walk because I wanted to get some exercise today. So it was about an hour walk. I walked down to Wall Street and I was just walking around. I found like where the stock exchange was. I love men in suits. So I saw men in suits. I just love men in suits. I saw lots of fun people. Well, a lot of them looked very serious, right? They were maybe not this type of person that I've been talking about on this live stream. But it just like felt so good. I just sat there at the stock exchange, you guys, and at like where there's a statue of, I think, George Washington. Anyways, it's like right on Wall Street, like right in the center of that whole thing. And then I saw that bull as well, which is like my spirit animal because I'm a Taurus. But anyway, so I just was chilling out in Wall Street and it just felt so like maybe I'd been there in a past life or something. Like it just felt so healing for me to be there. And, you know, I don't think a lot of people would feel like that in Wall Street because it's like busy and it's like all these business people. But for me, it was just like, oh, this is home. So I definitely want to go back there. And then I was walking around and I was getting hungry. And I found this really super cool restaurant that actually was one of the first fine dining restaurants ever. It was built in 1837, you guys, 1837. And it was one of the first restaurants that women were actually allowed to go to by themselves, because back then, if you went out by yourself as a woman, you were seen as a prostitute. So I was at this really cool historic restaurant and I had no idea what it was. And it was like my soul just guided me there. I walked by a few restaurants down in Wall Street and I was like, I don't really want to go there. And then I found this one and I was like, whoa, I just wanted to go there. So I went in there and I had no idea of the history of it. And then the bartender lady educated me and I was like, wow, this is so freaking cool. I had no idea. So anyways, my soul guided me to this really cool place. And that's what my soul does all the time. My soul guided me to New York. My soul guided me to sign up for Katrina's mastermind. My soul guides me to everything. And the reason why I'm such a joyful person is because I follow those soul impulses. And check in with yourself right now. Are you following your soul impulses? Okay? When you get an impulse to do something because you think it would be a really fun idea or it would bring you joy, do you follow through? Or do you allow the fear voice to be louder than the soul voice? Right? Check in with yourself. Because a lot of people block their joy by doing nothing. Isn't this mirror nice too? This is my dress tonight that I think I'll wear. Yeah, my room's a bit messy because fuck it, I leave tomorrow. So yeah, check in with yourself. Am I following soul? Am I following joy? Or am I denying soul and denying joy and following fear? Right? And it can be simple. Like maybe you get the impulse to like talk to some hot guy, right? Or some hot chick. And then you say in your head like, oh, well, there's no point. Or like, he won't like me. Or like, this is how you block soul, right? Or maybe you get the impulse to like read some book or something. And then you're like, oh, well, I don't really have time for that right now. And then you don't, right? There's just so many examples. Or maybe you get the example like today. Okay, this is something that happened to me today. So I was walking around Wall Street, right, you guys? And then I was getting really fucking hungry. And I wanted to go in this restaurant and I was looking at it. And then a part of me, because I was in my runners and shorts, because I just walked like an hour to get there. So I wasn't like dressed up. And I like to be dressed up if I'm going to go to nice restaurants, right? Like, and just in general. But a part of me was like, well, maybe you can't go in there because you're not dressed up. And so I was like, maybe I should just go to some like not nice place, right? And then my soul was like, well, fuck that. Like, just go sit at the bar and go to the fucking restaurant that you want to be at. And so I went there and it was fine. Like, I was in my runners or whatever. But, like, I mean, I still looked good. I'm still me. Like, anyways. And then I ended up learning about this restaurant that was built in 1837. And it was like, I just love history like that. One of the first places women were ever allowed to go by themselves. And so if I would have denied my soul that because I felt kind of insecure about being in my runners, I never would have had that joyful experience and ate that awesome steak and french fries and learned about the history of that restaurant that was in Wall Street. So that's another example like that happened to me today. I literally could have denied my soul impulse to go in that restaurant and, you know, I wouldn't have had that joyful experience. I would have ate some fucking Subway or some shit and that wouldn't have been special like what I experienced. So like little things like that, you deny soul all the freaking time. So yeah. I guess I'm gonna head out here soon. I'll probably charge my phone a little bit more. My phone dies so fucking fast lately. I guess because I'm on it all the time. And then I'm gonna go out and explore my last night in New York. I'm gonna go for dinner somewhere. And yeah, message me, you guys, about the Joy of Living VIP group if you want more info on that. It's my monthly membership group that is now open again. I've just opened the doors again today. It's a really fun and awesome group. There's already a lot of content in there, and there's content every month that gets put in, well, multiple times a month. So yeah, it's a really fun way to work with me at a super low investment, the lowest cost offer that I have at all. So message me if you're curious about that, and if you would like the link to sign up. And I'm gonna go have fun on my last night in New York City, my soul home. You guys, oh my God, I love New York so much. I wanted to come here ever since I was a child. If you saw my other posts, like, this city has such a spot in my heart and soul. And then today, seeing Wall Street, it was like, that was like my soul home. I'm gonna be back here lots, you guys. So I hope you take away from this video to follow soul and joy instead of the stupid fear voice, and knowing that it's okay if you are the most joyful person that you know, and you can be who you are unapologetically, and you can be lighthearted and fun and laughing, even though it seems like the people around you are more serious or having less fun. You being you is of high service to humanity, okay? And you being in joy, you being the most joyful person that you can possibly be, is how you heal other people and heal yourself, and in turn heal the planet. So love you guys. Know that, and yeah, message me about the Joy of Living VIP group. And remember, you came for the joy of living. Bye, guys.